procedure does is it goes on the attack. Now, hopefully, the little bit I go on the attack, they're busy diving for cover, they don't want to talk to me. And that's the way I want it. Matter of fact, the way I want it is if they see me, they turn around and go the other direction. That's the way I want it. But, so, if they think they're going to mess with me, well, I know what to do next. That's not a problem. You want to party? Let's party. Make it known in no uncertain terms that you're all of the above. This is a U.S. court case about the belligerent claimant. The privilege against self-incrimination is neither accorded to the passive resistant, nor the person who is ignorant of his rights, nor to one indifferent thereto. It is a fighting clause. It benefits can be retained only by sustained combat. It cannot be retained by attorney or solicitor. It's valid only when insisted upon by a belligerent claimant in person. The one who is persuaded by honeyed words or moral suasion to testify or produce documents rather than make a last-ditch stand simply loses the protection. Once he testifies to part, he has waived his right and must on cross-examination or otherwise testify to the whole transaction. He must refuse to answer or produce and test the matter in contempt proceedings or by habeas corpus. So I consider myself a belligerent claimant, I guess. Nobody said it'd be easy, but it is possible. What's the alternative? Live free or die. That's my attitude. I tell them, go ahead, send your hired thugs over to my house and have them take me out back and blow my brains out, because by the time I'm done with you, you're going to wish you did.
Better die.
Isn't that what you told the police in Calgary?
That's exactly what I told the police in Calgary.
Better to live in a free man than die a slave, or die a slave, free man than be a slave.
Okay, this was originally in the middle of that other presentation, but it was getting so big that and it's so hard to bring it up and everything that I split it down. So we're going to talk about color of law, okay? And what color of law is. Color of law is contracts, okay? There's two kinds of law. There's positive law. It's law passed with legitimate authority, passed to protect the rights of the people. And there's non-positive law. Colorable legislation applies to certain groups of people, does not apply to we the people, and operates as a contract. Positive law is law actually and specifically adopted by proper authority. What time is it? Do we want to take a break?
Yeah. I think you should go another 10 minutes.
Okay.
And just take 10.
Okay?
Would positive law be referred to as the rule of law?
Well, a rule of law is, yeah, but I mean, they use statutes as part of that too, and statutes don't affect us. Well, I'll show you. There's very few statutes that are positive law. The only ones that are positive law are stuff like thou shalt not murder, okay? Stuff that's taken out of the 10 Commandments in the Bible, okay? That's positive law. But otherwise, you know, none of it's positive law. So if somebody kills us, or if we kill someone else, they'll come after us. But that's the only time they have any authority. A law actually and specifically adopted by proper authority for the government of an organized jural society. Now this is actually taken from the U.S. House of Representatives. The same thing applies in Canada, although I haven't found anything that spells it out what's positive law and what's not. But this is taken from the U.S. Office of Law Revision Council, which is the U.S. House of Representatives. And if you notice here, it says certain titles of the code have been enacted into positive law and pursuant to Section 204 of Title 1 of the code. The text of those titles is legal evidence of the law contained in those titles. Now the other phrase here, the other titles of the code are prima facie evidence. Prima facie. Remember that word, that's Latin. The other titles of the code are prima facie evidence of the laws contained in those titles. So, positive law and non-positive law. Oh, let's go back up. It says here, the following titles have been enacted into positive law. 1, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 13 have been enacted into positive law. So these ones are, actually I shouldn't have one in there because they said it was positive law. These are non-positive law titles. So Title 6, domestic security. Title 7, agriculture. Title 8, aliens and nationality. That's immigration law. It's not positive law. What's it got to do with us? Same thing with domestic security. What's it got to do with us? Same thing with banking, trade and commerce, customs, food and drugs. It's got nothing to do with the people, so why would it be positive law? That's their internal regulations for their employees. That's like Ford making rules and regulations for Ford employees. That's all it is.
The last one there indicates that they're involved in necrophilia.
Okay.
It does.
Necrophilia, refresh me.
Lover of the dead.
Dead people.
Oh, yeah, right.
Having relationships, intercourse with the dead.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay, so Indians, non-positive law, internal revenue, liquor, Navy, public health and welfare, public lands, railroads, war and national defense, not positive law, colorability, a doctrine invoked when a statute is addressed to a matter outside jurisdiction, though it bears the formal trappings of a matter within jurisdiction of the enacting legislature. This is a Canadian P.W. Hogg, Constitutional Law of Canada. Colorable in appearance, but not in substance what it claims to be. Dictionary of Canadian Law. Color means an appearance, a semblance, or simulacrum, as distinguished from that which is real. A prima facie, notice that word, prima facie? A prima facie or apparent right, hence a deceptive appearance. A plausible assumed exterior, concealing a lack of reality, a disguise or a pretext. Color.
Person.
Colorable. That which in appearance only and not in reality what it purports to be, hence counterfeit, feigned, having the appearance of truth. Color of money. Color of law. The appearance or semblance without the substance of legal right. Misuse of power possessed by virtue of state law and made possible only because the wrongdoer is clothed with authority of the state is action taken under color of law. It means they don't have any authority. Prima facie, remember that word? At first sight, on first appearance, on the face of it, so far as can be judged from the first disclosure, presumably. Remember the word? This is another word you got to remember. Presumably. Presumptions. Okay? Presumption is an assumption that's taken in advance, right? Prior to something going on. A presumption. A fact presumed to be true unless disproved by some evidence to the contrary. Okay, so now we're cutting to the chase. In other words, they presume something, but you can defeat their presumptions. And that's what this procedure does. That's what this procedure does that I'm going to show you. This defeats their presumptions. They presume stuff all the time. I have a set of books at home, well, in Texas, in storage. Anyways, it's called Corpus Juris Secundum. It's actually in Latin, it means the second law of the United States or something like that. Anyways, it's about 105 volumes. And some of those books are like 800 pages. And there's not one page. You can open that book up anywhere, any one of those books, and you'll find where they have the right to presume something. Presumptions are taken all over the place. It's because they're under martial law, and I'll show you that. But again, presumptions are taken under color of law. And they're prima facie. In other words, they can be defeated. You have to go on the attack. Adjustum generis, this is Latin. It means of the same kind. It's used to interpret loosely written statutes where a law lists specific classes of persons or things and then refers to them in general. The general statements only apply to the same kind of persons or things specifically listed. Example, If a law refers to automobiles, trucks, tractors, motorcycles, and other motor-powered vehicles, then vehicles would not include airplanes, since the list was land-based transportation. Okay? So they have to put similar types of things together in their definitions. This is in the United States Code, and this is the definition of a person. For the Internal Revenue Code, Title 26. The term person shall be construed to mean and include an individual, a trust, a state, partnership, association, company, or corporation. Well, so then, does anybody want to tell me what an individual is under that definition?
Corporation.
Exactly. An individual is a type of corporation. Most people don't understand that though, and they think, well, I'm an individual, so I guess that means me. So then I'm a person. Well, no. No. An individual is just a type of corporation.
Slave.
That's right, an individual slave. Include. Another word they like to use. You mean and include. Okay? Include is defined to comprise within, to hold, to contain, enclose, comprise, comprehend, embrace, involve. Okay? In other words, include, everything that follows includes is all there is. There's not something else there that that isn't listed.
Unless it says also.
Also? Also includes or includes also?
Also includes, yeah. Sometimes they say that, in other words, there's something else.
Okay, okay, well, that's possible, I hadn't really considered that, but anyway, so now look at this. This is in the Interpretation Act of Canada. Canada, for greater certainty, includes the internal waters of Canada and the territorial sea of Canada. So then, is Canada here?
There's no landmass.
Well, that's right.
Um,
So this is not Canada, this is Alberta.
That's just, not to dispute, but that's taken out of context, because the Canada Land Surveys Act classifies the Yukon, Inuvik, and Northwest Territories as Canada, and the inland
Yeah,
waters.
actually,
So this
we'll
is-
go into
this is-
that.
This
We'll
is
go into
accurate.
that, okay, so that's actually a province of Canada.
Yeah,
But
that's
anyways,
right, that's right.
Person, or any word or expression descriptive of a person includes a corporation. So then, is a person anything but a corporation?
No.
No.
All fiction.
Says section 35(1) of the Interpretation Act of Canada. This is Alberta. Person includes a corporation, the heirs, executors, administrators, or other legal representatives of a person. So what's that got to do with me? Criminal Code of Canada. Every one person and owner and similar expressions include Her Majesty in an organization. So what's that got to do with me? Municipality, this is the only one that actually is true, I think. Includes a corporation of a city, town, village, county, township, parish, or other territorial or local division of a province, the inhabitants of which are incorporated or entitled to hold property collectively for a public purpose. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
Corporate.